Hi, everyone. My name is Gail Shirey, and I'm going to be working with you this semester within this course, which is Freshman English 3, otherwise known as English 104. In this particular course, we are going to focus our entire semester on building one persuasive research essay. Now, there'll be 3 different sections with major writings within them working toward that. So we scaffold into that essay. So the 3 sections are, the first one will be you're going to build a research proposal. Then you're going to work on the annotated bibliography. Then, of course, you're going to be in the final submission stage or final drafting stage. Within each of those, there are obviously miscellaneous writing. It's a writing course, a composition course. So there's lots of writing, daily, almost daily writing. You'll have modules that open every week. And in every module, there'll be some sort of writing assignment. But the 3 major units, if you will be the proposal, the annotated bibliography, and then the drafting or final submission of the completed essay. So I want to take a minute and share my screen and show you our Moodle page and just talk about a couple of things there. So on our Moodle page, all you need will be on the Moodle page. Everything is there. So there's no outside purchases that you're required to get, any of that kind of thing. The textbooks are embedded within the Moodle page. We have hot links, and we have lots and lots of resources, again, embedded in the Moodle page. So if you are watching this video, you are right here, the Start Here course orientation, and that's where you want to start. Obviously, you clicked on the link, welcome message. That's what you're watching right now. I recommend you look at the syllabus, read it carefully. There's important information in there. And if you want, take a look at the course schedule so you have an idea of how this course is going to lay out and basic expectations within each of the weeks or modules. You'll see on the right, sometimes there are boxes. So as you can see, if you look at the syllabus, you can mark it as done. Now, you'll notice I didn't open it or read it or any of those kinds of things. I didn't download it. But when you see that mark as done, you have the ability to mark it as done. That is in your control. So you choose to mark it as complete. Other items I will have is required. You have to do something with them. So for example, the course schedule, there's no requirements. So you can look at it, not look at it. That's okay. Same thing for these other tutorials. These are just kind of informational things. And of course, to open anything up, you just click on the green link and it will open in a new page. And you can see this page opens up. It has several different, 8 different chapters, if you will, most of which are videos. And you can watch whichever ones you feel will be beneficial to you. For example, how to upload a Google document in Moodle or how to delete files on Moodle, those kinds of things. The next thing I want to point out is some required activities. So there are 2 required participation activities, and you have to do the things on the right. Now, mine show that they're done, but yours are going to not show that until you've completed it. And it tells you what is going to be expected. You're going to have to view it. You're going to have to go through the activity all the way to the end, and you have to receive a grade. So again, you just click on them and they open. And in the lessons, there's usually information pages, and then there are question pages, and you have to answer those questions and just continue to move on. And you're going to go all the way through with those lessons. And you need to do it for both of these before module 1 is going to open up to you. So when you see your page, all modules are set up the same way, the same format. Right now, you can see module 1 is open to me because I have already completed those lessons. But until you do those lessons, you will not have access, and you'll have a message under there that'll say not available until starting lessons required complete. And then the Moodle other one is also complete. So those 2 lessons. But to get into the modules, and you'll see these other ones, they're not available to you until those dates. Now, module 1 is the only one that you have to complete something before it opens. All the other ones will open automatically at those dates and at those times. All modules are set up the same. You're going to have the overview at the first, and then objectives, task list, which tells you these are the things you're going to need to do to complete this module. And then, of course, resources and activities and assignments. Now, out of all of these, the activities and assignments are the only ones that grades are taken on. In resources, they are here in order to help you, give you content, context, so that you may achieve whatever you want grade-wise in the activities and assignments. Now, in this particular resource, our first one, as I mentioned, is going to be a research proposal. And although it's not due in this module, I open it up and let you look at the instructions so you know what's coming. So I tell you this and then you just, okay, I've read this, right? You mark it as done. Now in here, anything that's green, so like right here, that is the grading rubric. If you click on that, it'll open up and show you how that proposal's grading rubric looks. And that's what I use to grade those things. In anywhere on Moodle, when there's a green wording, that's a hot link to something. So be sure to click on them so you can see it. In this one, I give you an example of what a research proposal looks like. And then we get to the activities. Now in each one of these, it tells you, okay, what do you need to do? So in this particular one, all I have to do is view this. So that means you click into it, look through it, read it, and it will consider that complete. In this one though, you have to view and you have to receive a grade. So it's not going to check it off the progress bar until you've actually gotten a grade on it. So in this particular one, it's an assignment and you just click into it and it will provide you with the instructions of what you have to do. In this case, you have to read this. Here's the document you have to complete and fill out. After you've done that, you save it to your computer and then you're going to add it back in as a submission with your answers. So then you just click on add submission. Wherever you saved it on your computer, you can either drag and drop or you can upload with a file, save changes, and then you have uploaded it to Moodle. No problem. In the other one, this is a forum. Forum you're going to have almost every single week, every single module. And this is an interactive kind of conversation discussion with your peers. In this particular one, it's an introduction one, but in all forums, they work the exact same way. Over here, I tell you what I want you to do, why I want you to do it. In the post, this is the instructions, what you have to have contained when you post. And then reply. These are information you have to contain within your reply. Now, I also provide examples every time of a post or a reply. So in order to do this, you simply add a discussion topic. The subject will be, whatever it is, the topic of that particular one. In this case, it's going to be introduction. And then you're going to type whatever you want type. Test discussion. And then after you're done, and make sure you adhere to all the requirements here, including a minimum of 7 sentences and a minimum of 4 sentences for the reply. So after you're done, you're going to post to the forum and then it's there. And what you'll see within the forum is your name will appear down at the bottom. Your name will now appear. And if you want to reply to others, you just click on their name and it'll open up and you click reply and it gives you a text box to type back replies. I do want to also show you where you can see the grades for forums. The grades for forums are located differently. If you click on that little button there, that little box, it opens up. This is the grading forum the grading rubric that'll be used to grade the forum. Over here, you'll see the scores. Now, right now, it hasn't been scored, but you can see these rubrics ahead of time if you want to know what I'm looking for in them and what the point values are. But after I have scored it, you're going to see whichever one has the mark in it, that's how many points you earned on your post, on reply 1, reply 2. And then I also look for readability. In other words, these are things like spelling, grammar, sentence structure, capitals, punctuation, all those kinds of things. And then if I have any comments, they'll be in the gray box. I do not comment on them all the time, but upon occasion I will comment. So be looking for that every time. I do want to give you a word of caution on all the discussion forums. You always have to post your original post first before you're allowed to reply. The grading, the grade book allows me to see the day and time that you complete things. So you are not allowed to do replies before you have done your own original post in every single discussion forum. That'll work the same way all the way through on every single module. So you can kind of see this is the way the modules are set up. They're always the same. You're going to have resources, and then you're going to have activities and assignments. And anytime you want to see an assignment for any reason, you just simply click into it and it gives you the instructions within it. Often, a lot of assignments will also have downloads, like this particular one. Even though I gave you instructions here, there's a detailed document here with instructions and other information. So you're going to want to download that and read it. I also give you the grading rubric. How am I going to grade this? And then, of course, always pay attention to the instructions within those. In this case, I also provide you the rubric here. And don't forget, whenever you have a question or concern on something, it's good to ask. Feel free to send me an email on any kind of thing if you run into questions while you are working. So that's kind of module 1. I'm just showing you really quickly, but all modules are set up the same way. And as I mentioned a minute ago, you will not be able to have access to any of the other modules. You'll only have access to one module per week. All modules always open up on Sundays at 6 a.m. And everything within that module is due by the next Sunday, no later than 11:59 p.m. So that gives you 7 days per module to complete the work within it. Don't forget, over on the right-hand side, this is a listing of my office hours. So I do tell you when I'm available. Most of them are either Zoom or in my office. That's my office location. So for example, on Tuesdays, I am available both by Zoom and in person in this place. So to connect with me, you just simply click on the green link. For those of you who are in a high flex session, and that remember, you have to be registered for a high flex session. So if you're not in the high flex, you won't be able to do this. But if you are registered for a high flex session and want to connect with me virtually during class time, this is the link for that. It is different than the office link. So make sure you use the proper link if you are connecting for our class session. I think that's it. Oh, I did want to show grades really quick. Up at the top, there's a grades tab there. And this will show you all of the grades that are pending or out there right now for the course. It'll show everything at a glance. And when you see this dash, it means it has not yet been scored. In other words, I haven't graded it yet. The dark ones are categories. Like this is a category. Remember, I told you it's a proposal, annotated bibliography, and the research proposal essay, the final one. Those are the categories they're going to be in. And then individual assignments are in green. And just so you know, a quick and easy is you can click on that and it'll take you directly to that assignment wherever it's located within our Moodle page. So that's kind of a shortcut method. But what I wanted to show you is the assignment names are here, the point values are over here, and the scoring is along this side over here. So in this case, you can see 2 lessons, they were done, they've been scored. That's my score on those assignments. Nothing else has yet been scored, so you see dashes. Down at the bottom, you can see your grade in the course as of that day. So it changes every time I grade an assignment, every time, you know, there's something new coming down, but you have access to this 24/7, so you should always know what your grade in the course is. Please note, if I have any feedback or comments, you'll see it on the right side here, but you will not see my feedback and comments for the discussion forum. Those will be within the discussion forums themselves. I think that's it. I think I've covered everything. So I just wanted to take a moment and say welcome to the class, and feel free to reach out to me with any questions or concerns.